The little youths and lady men, now if you think that majesty sleeping there, they think right. As he will never make them bubble and mash up cyanide. When there's a whole barrage of righteous human out there, and we ain't giving no way. There's a whole barrage of righteous human in town, and we ain't going down. No, we never gonna see. I need a Gideon boot and a khaki suit. We stand out in a Babylon and represent the truth. Me nah go say a road and see bad things and get me out from you. I got a strong reggae beat with a mic in my hand. To lead out the youth about a destruction. And tell the people they should know right from wrong. We got the strength, we got the power to help each other. Don't be selfish to welfare others today. We can make it if we try. Just remember to hold the red light. It doesn't make sense when you first friends find. I need a Gideon boot and a khaki suit. If I not in a Babylon and defend the truth, me not gonna sit and fight and watch Babylon and keep me both from you. I've got a strong reggae beat and a mic in my hand to lead out the youth about a destruction and let the people know. First of all, good evening. Welcome. Who is watching? Tell me who is watching and where you are watching from. This is your brother Bubakar Gobija Jala. Welcome to my open conversation. I'm not a DJ, right? I have something to say. Just enjoy what I'm listening. I'm just listening to reggae music. No escape for a sufferer man. Cause every time I regret about water, I try to save myself from drowning. There's an overnight scheme all worked out, designed to keep me down. Still I'm putting up a resistance. That's old school, man. No one ever can understand it. Who else is watching? The way the system plan. There's no hope, no chance, no loophole, no escape for a sufferer man. Cause every time I regret about water, I try to save myself from drown. There's an overnight scheme all worked out, designed to keep me down. Still I'm putting up a resistance. Big up. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the open conversation. Who else is watching? Greetings everybody. On Jara, on Hire, Jambadi, on Albenyari, Mboke, Nangen Def. Welcome to the open conversation on Saturday. I long to spend some time with the family, but staying home. Guess what? I am not a DJ. This is just music that I'm listening along. Before I can say something what I want to say. Welcome everybody. That just goes from man to mouth, still out. You know, as a 80s kids, you know, we love this reggae music. No, I'm putting up a resistance now. I've got to work it out. Lord, I'm putting up resistance. I'm gonna work it out. You know I'm putting up resistance. I'm gonna work it out. Big. Stand up in the powers of the Most High. Combo on it on. Who is watching and where are you watching from? I know I am streaming on I Love Basse and on my page and on my YouTube channel. Where are you watching from? And who else is watching? Welcome to the program, Open Conversation, with your brother, Bubakar Gobija Jalo. Giving you some reggae music from my own playlist, what I am enjoying, you know. I'm not a DJ, remember that. Emmanuel GF Bologon. Respect my brother. Where are you watching from? Welcome everybody to the open conversation. I hope all of you are having a good evening, wonderful evening. I am not a DJ. Make it clear, I'm not a DJ. This is just music I am listening. I'm a music lover. Usman Sen, don't know why, Tonala. Hidayah Jam. Respect, brother. And who else is watching? Respect. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the open conversation. Remember, I'm not a DJ. Respect, bro. I'm not a DJ. I just love music. And
I'm, this is just old school reggae music playing. I'm listening long before I say what I want to say. Tonight I wanna discuss about the current political situation in the Gambia. I want to talk about the ongoing petition against the election. Yo, brother. Okay, respect to Portugal. Big up. Yeah, bro. This man said, respect, bro. Where are you from in the Gambia? Me, I'm from Basse Santa Su. And I'm living in Belgium in a town called Turnout. And who else is watching? Respect everybody. Reggae bring back sweet, sweet love. This is your brother, Bubakar Gobije Jalo from Basse Santa Su, living in Belgium. Today, hande ko mi fala yoteng. Mi anda sidong andi. Sidong andi on dem wano yehi Gambia na be on be Gambia on waru be vote beng. O yehi on wadi vote last 2 weeks ago, like a week ago, something like that. Te kono kori dong andi on dem ane on election. One of the political parties in the Gambia be what each challenge election on any election on what any money, what are free. There is a lot of violation in the elections. Nyanda sitayo. Kundam Mafati. Okay. Kundam Mafati. Okay, brother. Respect. That is the same, brother. URR to the world. Respect. Respect to everybody watching from all over the world, whether you are from URR, from from the combos, from L North, or I don't know other divisions in the Gambia, all over the Gambia, or not from the Gambia, from anywhere in the world. Respect. Thank you for watching.
Well, I start you out from a far distance. Then I run them out for me, don't dispense. I'll take you out if you give me that chance. I will take you to a reggae magical dance. I know you're ready when you give me that glance. I also ready coming in advance. They mark you ready for that performance.
Yo, MB, on the way. Tanala. On the way, Antwerp. Tanala, man. Respect, bro. Remember, I'm not a DJ. I'm just playing this music along before I can load up to talk about what I want to talk about. I'm not a DJ. I love music, and reggae music is my favorite music. Hey, come follow you to the hand. I want to talk about this. Apply Oji on no way. Konueli. Apply on what is going on in Angola. Konueli tong. Respect. Koridong Andi on them an election out to the Gambia on 2 weeks ago. The UDP, United Democratic Party, they were the challenge election on, they were the more petition. But on petition, boom.
It's time to see the rising sun.
Oh, smart. Alam pull up.
Rise me up this morning. Give thanks to see the rising sun. And even when it's dawning, give thanks to see the day is done. Cause the time is so perilous. Mankind is so dangerous. In this time you don't know who to trust. No.
Big tune that.
But it's so easy. Give thanks and praise. Jah every day. Oh yes. It's so easy. Give thanks and praise.
And they come follow what they do. I want to talk about the election petition. Wonder what are now the United Democratic Party. What the challenge election, but United Democratic Party can be what the challenge election on any there are some irregularities. No would call any correct. Kono can be what the petition ko President Adama Barrow as an individual plus Misiki ko kanko be what the main mo be wadi petition ko inde makko woni force ko inde makko tun woni ton hedditi kon fo ko tawna dum rek tawa ko be wadi ko be woni wullitade der election on be ni wonde man election on no hebbini irregularity like force ko ɓe winni ɓe inni President Adama Barrow kanko e NPP ɓe waɗi corrupt himɓe pour himɓe ɓen waɗa ɓe vote ɓe waɗu bribe himɓe waɗa ɓe vote ɗum no tawa ko ɓe wulliti ko tawa wullita wono e second ko ɓe wulliti wondema ne ɓe inni President Adama Barrow kanko waɗi promise alkaloɓe ɓen e jargaɓe ɓen e CFG ɗin e nder Gambia so waɗi win o waɗa ɓe employ o yoɓa ɓe kadi o yoɓa o jonna ɓe salary something like that ɗum no tawa ko ɓe wulliti e ko tawa ko ɓe woni wullitade kon e ko ɓe woni wullitade goɗɗum ɗum kadi e ɓe inni wondema ne mi sikki Fa Bakary Tombong somebody like that o waɗi threaten o inni wondema ne o inni himɓe leƴƴi goɗɗi ɗin si ɓe votanani NPP si President Adama Barrow si tawi UDP si goɗɗo si wini ɗin leƴƴi fof ɓe yaltinayi ɓe e nder Gambia ɗum no tawa ko ɓe wulliti a faami no tawa kadi ko ɓe woni wullitade ɓe inni wondema ne e himɓe militants NPP no waɗa employ into the IEC ɓen kadi ɓen no gollana IEC on ɗum no tawa ko ɓe wulliti ton ko ɓe wulliti goɗɗum ɗum kadi wondema ne President Adama Barrow kanko e NPP on ɓe yehi ɓe jonni ɓe jonna yimɓe ɓen milling machines e piiji andi matériel ji pour ɓen ɓe wawa ɓe votande ɗum ko corrupting people ɗum no tawa ko ɓe wulliti e ko ɓe wulliti goɗɗum ɗum ko woni wondema ne ñande élection on bimbi élection on IEC on ɓe fondo boxing andi Gambia they vote with how to call it they do this marble voting so ballot box ɗin fewno ɓe waɗayno ɗi seal tawa hari some people of the IEC from the UDP we are not there UDC representative no tawa ko ɓe wulliti ɗum ɗon piiji ko tawa ko ɓe wullito mi arta one by one sa yi mi fala haalde ɗo yimɓe ɓen mi haala e pular maybe yimɓe hewɓe ɓe anda ko on ɗum tigi tigi woni e nder no nanay ni ɗum kono ma ɗum haray ko English ɗum nanato ma ɗum goɗɗum ɗum mi ara min mi haala kon ɗum waɗi mi addi fi pétition on ok kon ɗum kadi woni miijo e pétition no tawa kadi ko ɓe woni wullitade ɓe wulliti kadi wonnema himɓe ɓe jibinaka Gambia jibinande wona ɓe jibinande ɓe Gambia no waɗano addano no waɗa vote in like bodaji ɗin so ɓenni noon boda mi sikki ko telen wano Casamance ɓe woni haalirde ton ha telen ton disa no tawa ko ɓe woni wadde ko ɓe wulliti wodi kadi ko ɓe wulliti wondema ne ko ɓe woni waɗde claim ne election on waɗani fair because IEC on ɓe waɗani stop ɗumanin honno counting voting on the time that they said like 5 o'clock mi sikki voting on fof no wadde stop they left the ballot box the voting pool ɗumanin jiɗi waɗa open to in the late hours yimɓe heɓe ɓe waɗo e vote so kamɓe ɓe wulliti ɗum kadi ɓe wodi kadi ko ɓe woni ko ɓe wulliti ɗum kadi ko waɗi ko woni ton ko wullita kono ko waɗi kono these are ko mi woni haalde ɗo kon ko ɗum woni these are the things ko tawi ko ɓe wulliti these are the things that they are claiming ko waɗi ha election on waɗa ha free and fair min ko mi wanno expect because ɓen himɓe ɓe jibina ɓe wona ɓe jibinande Gambia waɗi vote in the elections this is what they are claiming. They claim also the president corrupt people, give them materials and money, promise people like alcalos and chiefs, positions and then salary. They claim also that members, sympathizers of the NPP were part, are employed under the IEC. They are working as agents, So for them, that is also on, violation. They also claim that, when they in some polling stations, those when these ballot boxes were sealed, their representatives were not present. These are the claims that we read from the petition of the UDP against President Adama Barrow. They petition President Adama Barrow as a respondent. The IEC is not their main, this thing. Kambeko, they petition the president, the person who won the election. That is what they petition. So let me come to this. Maybe some of you already read this in under the Mihala Idunkari. I will say this in Pura after. Let me say this. It is unfortunate that we arrive to a stage like this. I come here several times, and I spoke when I speak about Gambian. I don't talk about party politics because I am not affiliated in any political party in the Gambia, and I don't care who wins the elections. You know, the sense is the reason why I like to speak about Gambian politics is when it comes to general terms, to so that the people, one or two people, will hear what I'm saying. I am not here to convince people towards a political party or an entity or any individual. I am here to speak my mind as somebody who was born and raised in the Gambia. You know, this claims that the UDP petition, uh, okay, Bobakar KCC said the whole problem is the IEC. So if you believe the whole problem is the IEC, why did the UDP not put the IEC like the GMC did, like the Citizens Alliance did? They took the IEC to the Supreme Court, but the UDP, they they made a petition against the elections, but they put the president of the republic, the incumbent, as a candidate he is a candidate in the election as the main correspondent. He's the one they put there. Yes, I know why I'm saying this. Why I'm here to talk about this petition. I have no interest in the petition, but I feel it is so disappointing that you know, last time somebody was trying to insult me here. That about when I spoke about Honorable Hussein Udabo. I don't know Honorable Hussein Udabo as an individual. I know him as a political leader. So I can only make my observation about Honorable Hussein Udabo, about his public, his individual as a politician, as a public figure. I cannot talk about him because I don't know him. I can only talk about things that comes to the light, which he is involved in. I don't know whether Hussein Udabo is a good person or is a bad person. I don't know him. I cannot judge him. I cannot judge anybody who I don't know about. But I can judge people according to their deeds. So I am here to talk about this as a whole Gambia, in the whole general Gambia, about this petition. I think this petition is nonsense because the UDP and the Gambian politicians in general, from all Gambian politicians, they fail the Gambian people, the masses, especially the UDP, who believe that they were the biggest political party. And yes, they came to power. They were the one who were the majority in the transition government. You understand? These things that they are crying for now would have been brought to to rest when the transition was on, when they have a majority political members of parliament, when they have the president who was part of the UDP, when they had the vice president. Even many of us thought that Fatmata Jallo, the then vice president, our that auntie, she was a sympathizer. They lobby for her from the UDP camp for her to become a vice president. Many people knew that. That was what people were talking about. We also know the UDP had by then a lot of influence. People die because of electoral reforms. I spoke about this the last time here before this petition come. I came here. I said Solo Sendeng, may his soul rest in peace, die because of this. Fatumata Jawara and other Nogoy, and even lawyer Usainu Dabo, the first and the last time that he went to prison is because of Solo Sendeng die for calling for electoral reforms. And they went out to demonstrate for him to come for the state to give them his body, whether dead or alive. That is the only time I hear about lawyer Hussein Udabo being arrested in the Gambia on a political cause. And that is the last time, and still people will be here talking about him that he suffered, he went to prison for the Gambia. No, Lawyer Dabo went to prison because he went out, people went out to call for electoral reforms, because those people who went out, they knew when they waited for the general executive of the UDP to decide on that, it will never happen. So the late brother like Solo Sending and the others, they took it to themselves. They went out to call for electoral reforms, and that cost their life. You understand what I'm saying? And UDP can come out here today and cry foul about electoral malpractices. That is so disgusting. It is so. If I was a member of the UDP today, if I was a militant of the UDP, I will call for the registration, for the dismissal of the general executive of the UDP, from Usainu Dabo to last, because they failed the supporters of the UDP. I don't know what will be the fate of this petition in the IEC, but bro, let me tell you this. I will come to those claims one by one. In general, I will come to them in general. I will speak this in English and I will say in Pular, because I will not be having the time. Even though I am having holidays, I have a lot of time, and my daughter make me to sleep in this afternoon. I am not sleepy. I'm free minded. I am not sleepy. I could go along the whole night about this. You are free to make also your observation. If you are against what I'm saying or for what I'm saying, you can put it on the comment section. I will publish it here. I don't know whether you are watching me through my YouTube channel or my own personal Facebook, or you are watching through I Love Bassett. You put your comment, I will publish them. People will see what you think. Or if you want to join this, or you want to call, there is the number there on the screen. You are free if you want to insult me or you want to say anything. This is why I call this my platform as an open conversation. I'm here to speak my mind about this. I don't care about party politics in the Gambia, but I think this petition of the UDP is nonsense. This is failure to the general UDP membership, to the supporters of the UDP, because people die for what they are crying for now. Him MI because of kobe oni wulitade do kon joni kobe oni wulitade do kon ibe inna wonde man there is small practices election what ani correct nati do yalti do UDP kobe fotno wadde fewndo be president Adam Barrow wonno e mabbe tawano e mabbe fewndo be jogino the majority members of parliament in the fewndo be wonno the major force kobe fotno wadude first of all on time woni ko addu ko to settle these electoral problems, to make electoral reforms, because him solo sending ko wadi delete alla yurmo mo yafo, e gobbe sa hay o broda jo inete do kuruma on ko be nabi modo prison ko yalto wurani. He is from the UDP. You understand? So ben foko be ko hay lawyer Usainu Dabo. Say lawyer do ko only time lawyer Dabo be wadi mo arrest and their Gambia about politics is when Solo Senden died. People like Fatmata Jawara Menda ko Jawara ka ko honno Nogoy, all these people, they suffer. Sandari ben fokon do they have be tampi on time, but because of got the him utawa be UDP be yi won man kambe sibe jockey UDP leadership on tung there will be no changes in the electoral process in the Gambia. Be yaltani hore mabbe be wuliti Solo Senden ko do be wari be arrest be wari be. You understand? They punish them to death. Lawyer Dabo, that is the only time Lawyer Dabo and their Gambia gila futi me anda gila 1996 hande. Ko only time Lawyer Dabo heavy police problem kanko e police kanko e lamu ko because of Solo Senden mai. Solo Senden ko warimu ala ko warimu so wana ko UDP ko be o petition UDP ko be wuliti e under petition UDP do ko be wuliti do kon fo ko dum ben on wari on bro. That is what made that bro went out. Those brothers, that is what made them to went out. And Andy politics, nobody is very critical. People have to use their mind. People have to be aware. People have to open their mind towards these politicians. Believe me, some of these politicians, they are just there for their selfish interest. You understand what I'm saying? Imagine somebody who have the opportunity. Hebudo Dole, you have the possibilities, you have the opportunities, you have the influence to make changes into the electoral process of the Gambia, which you were crying for 22 years, saying that the electoral process, the UDP even boycott elections in the Gambia because they believe the elections will not be free and fair. They cost us that. They cost Gambians to have a full APRC party, which can make Yaya Jame create his own laws, change our constitution like somebody who is introducing vocabularies in his own language. The UDP cost us that. You understand? If UDP never boycotted the National Assembly's elections by then, they would have the challenge those things. All these executive orders like Yaya Meko Johnny in this last tenure Mako, Dole ni Hamo, what I condemn a lot of things. Because Yaya me fetano sa by mo andi so andu no UDP no jogi National Assembly on wala to majority o feta adugol any idea in what I Gambia into like Islamic Republic, because one it will not go. Nobody will support him. He will not have majority in parliament. And the president need to wana dole, because president he cannot do nothing in the Gambia like general, like more to the executive orders, but like when it comes to general matters of the national interest, he cannot do it alone. He have to pass like laws or some budgets and all those things. They have to go to the National Assembly. The Assembly have to debate on it and they have to vote on it. Andy, well, that's why it is so it is not correct to have a National Assembly, lead have a okay in a sense, like if the ruling party have a majority in national parliament, they can, they should not have like absolute majority, but to have independence and other parties also having their members of parliament there, whereby when they want to, even when they don't, if they don't have the majority, they can convince other national assembly members from other parties, who believe okay, this will be in the interest of the state, so that those people will be voting along the ruling party, in the interest of the general Gambians. If those people also think no, this is not in the interest of the Gambia, they can go against it, like the all opposing parties. This is why we needed a parliament which is not totally controlled by a ruling a ruling party. UDP gave us that by then. UDP, when maybe or when the transition, they have almost majority. They have majority in the National Assembly because many of those people, parliamentarians, are from there. Until these 7 people, I don't know, 9 people, have problem with them. They defected with, President Adama Barrow. They went and be on independent. So this petition, meaning whether it is right or wrong, whether they are claiming it's absolutely right, it is nonsense. It come too late. They could have avoid all this. They could have avoided all this long time ago. Since 2017, 2018, all these electoral reforms, and what did they change? You are surprised that a population, how to call it, registered voters less than 1 million people, having more than 24 candidates who wanted to run for a population. The Gambia is less than like almost 2 million or something people, but having more than 24 candidates from parties and independent candidates who want to run for president is welcoming. But because these people, what they change is that those are part of the rules that how to call laws that they change, because Yaya Jammeh put like 1 million so that not everybody will be able to run for president. Now if it is 10,000, even me, I can sponsor somebody to make a political party to run for president in the Gambia. One person can sponsor somebody to run for president in the Gambia. But these are the things that we have to look into politics, not only like like following association. Let's say, let me come to the first thing that I think is so disturbing to hear from the UDP camp. UDP during the registration, during the registration, they have their people. They have their own people going around in the Gambia in registration centers. I didn't like calling out people, saying these people are not Gambians, especially if you are a Fula or a Wolof or something like that, or speaking an other language. You know, they have their people who were going, countrywide, going around, saying people, identifying people, telling them they are not Gambians, they should not be registered. We see those viral videos going around in the Gambia. You understand, during the registrations, that happens there. UDP no tawa himbe fendo registration what I know. We all know during the registration. But jogi himbe militants be yalto be ya round they were going be ya ko lady, in ko himbe ben ko no don wade the register. Be ya be inna be inna himbe be wona Gambien be ni wona Gambia, especially say ka pullo madum, sika other language. We even see people, they are militants, be are online, they be inna fulol alfunti mol na election also alkane fandundi election also. They single out, like like in their distinct, how to call it, in their petition, they said Fabakary Tombong said, if you vote for this people, because of Fabakary said, if people don't vote for MPP, and if UDP win, Fulol and other tribal and Surwala and they will put them out of the Gambia. The UDP during the how to call it, during the registration period, UDP militants were making videos and audios. Kafoko, flow al alfan bondi election also. Albemu lunta ngolti alkan alfan dundi molna election time also. That is the time that they were attacking this sister, how to call it, Mariama Jallo from Teranga FM. I came here once to talking about that. By then also I came here, I said, I called them, the nationalist extreme tribalist wing of the UDP. I call them that, and many people were misunderstand what I'm saying. By then, they thought I was, I'm not against the UDP. Me, I don't do party politics here. I don't have any interest in party politics. But like when it comes to general matters, Gambian matters, I come here and speak about it because one, I identify as a Gambian because I was born and raised there. Whether the Gambia accept that I am a Gambian or not, they cannot deny that I was born in the Gambia. You understand what I'm saying? So this, I can also deny that I am not from the Gambia because I was born there, I was raised there. Even my birth certificate, anyway, even my Belgium national document, it said I was born in Basse. Basse is in the Gambia. That will never change. That is part of me. But that's why I come here and speak about it. So they cry foul about that. That things that they were already calling during the registration. And guess what? Who said Gambia have no democracy? If anybody told you Gambia don't have democracy, tell them they are stupid. That is stupid. Since 2016, Gambia is practicing democracy. There is democracy in the Gambia, whether you recognize it or not. We've seen people go to we've seen incidences where the law applies. The judiciary make clear judgments, and we can see that also maybe during this petition. We will see it. Imagine UDP here. How many times did Yahya Jammeh win UDP elections here? How many times did they go to the Supreme Court? Now they could even petition the president, the sitting president. Who they don't dare to do that during Yahya Jammeh. You understand? They cannot do that because it will cost their lives. There is absolute democracy. There is democracy in the Gambia, whether you like it or not. Democracy is practiced under this government. This government, they respect the rules of law. We can attest to that. If you are living Abroad, you seeing the freedom of expression, the freedom of assembly, and the freedom of, like, going, fighting for your rights. Those are democracy. Even that is what make Europe, or America did make this election speak. Here it is. The Gambia laws, the Gambian constitution make possible for there to be a electoral review council, whereby during the registration, when political parties or people have their own problems, see their malpractices, and they see people who they think should not be part of our electoral process, they can go and claim those things. They can go to that court and claim the malpractices. You understand? I will come back to the same point. When UDP had the majority in parliament, you know, they could change these laws, right? And they did not do it. They could make it difficult for local locally leaders, like alcalos and chiefs, and even governors, and so even, okay, governors are representing the president, okay, but like our alcalos, our chiefs, our local councils, they will not like be used by politicians. They will be neutral. You understand? They could have make those reforms because there are people die for it. People die from the UDP camp calling for electoral reforms. But bro, they did not do that. The first thing they did when they went to make change, that is to make sure that anti Fatmata Jallo Tambajang, I think, or Tambajang is something, Fatmata Jallo, she could be vice president, because on time, people were talking about her age, the constitution do not allow her age, and so they changed that. You understand? And what else did they change? They changed the money that you have to deposit to be a candidate. I think they changed that. What else did you ever hear that this transition government, during the transition government, when UDP was part of it, when all these people, when they were part of it, what did they change on the electoral reforms? They did nothing. They are crying foul. Those andi mi ali nu odo kadi kambe tiki kambe the how to call the MPP were no complaining about mal practice of results registration, even though they call out this sister in Banjul, how to law, the mayor of Banjul, who was issuing attestations for people to go and register for vote. That come on public, also. Like UDP militants, we are going out, calling out other nationals, other tribes, other people that they are not Gambians. Let them go out of the electoral reforms. All those things. The GMC did not do that. The Citizen Alliance did not do that. All these people did not do that. None of these people went to the law to challenge the registration process of this election. I go to him because Andy Kondwadi, they are so naive. Maybe UDP believe in, like, whether they are so many himbe want to analyze this election. UDC UDP were so complice. They are so self-confident that they think, no matter what, the MPP cannot win them. So that's why they did not take this matter serious, bro. How can I wait on? How can I see you doing something wrong, something going wrong? I wait until to the final, to call this out, when I have the opportunity to fight those things in the beginning. Let's say the electoral reforms, like they were saying about these alcalos and chiefs. Even though when they make those things, we all know Yaya Jammeh used to use that. We all know Yaya Jammeh used to use our local councils, in his favor during elections, because all those alcalos and chiefs, they were afraid of Yaya Jammeh. So if they had when they have the opportunity to change those laws during the transition, that's why many of us believe the transition is a failure, and one of those people who make the transition fail is the UDP. People like me would have like to see Gambia have good transition process, like whereby all the things that we were people Gambians were crying for, will make sure those things come, for there we see those come into laws that like discrimination, like all those things, and laws that will protect everybody, even them. But because they thought, okay, now they are so comfortable now, they have the majority, they think this electoral reforms is not necessary. Those are minor things. And today they come here wasting our time after the election, crying foul about that. When in the process, in the registration process, this is my understanding. Ko ɗum what you understand in this. Because time registration on ko kamɓe yalti ɓe wullito ɓe inna wonde mane himɓe jananoɓe no natude nder ɓe addude himɓe jananoɓe en Gambia no waɗa register. Kono ɓe yahani to the honno ko electoral review council. Ɓe yaha ɓe waɗoya challenge registration process on. Okay, Joru Kurubari, you have your opinion, but I said, like, come in for community. This is my opinion. What I'm saying is, you cannot wait up to the last minute to cry foul. They should have, correct this. They should have correct this for in the beginning. They could have correct this in the beginning. Like, if they see foreigners registering in our election, like they were going around, intimidating people, they could have go to the direct when the registration finished. They go to the electoral reform court. They go and challenge the distance before even we will come to election. Maybe this registration will be done again. They will redo it, and they remove all the names of people, foreigners who are registered in the distance. But you cannot blame the IEC for people having like Gambian documents, like how the procedure of the electoral reform, how to people to register, the right to register in the Gambia, to come and voters card. If those people come to a registration center with those documents, the IEC people who are working under the IEC they have no other things to do than to register those people. Because if you fulfill the criteria to be registered as a valid voter in the Gambia, if you come to it, they will give you the voters card. You will be registered. No, bro, I am not dismissing your right. You have your opinion. If you want, I can put you on here. I can send you the link. I don't dismiss anybody's right. I am here what I'm saying is, if you want to join, I will send you a link. You send or you call. You say your opinion. I'm not dismissing here. What I'm saying, I'm making my observation. This is my observation. I think the UDP is crying a foul what they should have done in the beginning. I'm not saying it is not their right to claim if there are malpractices. If there is, I believe it can be. But bro, what I'm saying is they could have avoid all this mess by bringing in electoral reforms, because people from the UDP die calling for electoral reform. Solo Sendeng die because of that. We all heard of that. But that would even have been a real tribute to that brother and his family legacy. That this man died calling for electoral reforms. The first thing that we will do is, as a transition government, is to change the electoral process of the Gambia, to bring good electoral process, great electoral laws in this Gambia, that nobody will play foul play, make a foul play in our electoral process again. Even though we know in the Gambia, maybe in the registration process and others there can be like malpractices, like registering people who are not eligible to vote, Bro, political, influence. I come here several times. I spoke about influence, influence, how people use influence, even people outside who have money, who they can influence our laws and our system, because These are influence. Even the government have influence. Sitting government have influence on the people. But bro, what you are saying, this, when we have laws, when we have our laws, the government cannot, no government can corrupt that. The UDP could have done that when they have this power, because they were you cannot, bro Jeru, you cannot deny this, that, you know, we did not see any electoral reform changes when the UDP had the majority in the parliament. You can't deny that. And you cannot deny that people, okay, I don't know about these malpractices, but all these malpractices could be avoided. I don't know what I am not dismissing these claims. What I'm saying is they could be avoided, bro Joe. This is what you have to understand what I'm saying. They could have solved these things in the beginning, from the start. From the start, like bringing electoral reforms, bringing good electoral reforms, like making, strong measures, because they have the influence by then. You are talking about influence here. They have it because the president was from them, the vice president was from them, you know. I said this here. You, all of you have these opinions, I said this, if I was a militant, me, I am a militant of a party in Belgium here. I have my rights and so all those. If I was a militant of the UDP, if I was a UDP sympathizer, I will make a campaign, make a campaign for the total, changes in the executive, from A to Z, all of them. They should all go. I am not saying this. I'm not trying to call people to do that. I am not. I said, I, Boubacar Jallow, if I was a sympathizer of the UDP, I will start to call for the whole executive of the UDP to go away from A to Z. Let them bring new faces, people who will bring, because the UDP, those people, these people whose UDP have a lot of supporters in the Gambia. Those people deserve good leadership. People who will, because UDP, I said it, baby Joel, before you come. What I was saying is, you see, in the UDP boycott here elections because they during Yahya Jammeh time, because they what they were crying for is malpractice, electoral malpractices. They think the elections will not be free and fair. Bro, this is why I blame UDP for this, because when they have the influence, like you are talking about, they did not do nothing about. They did not use their power, No, I'm not doing that. I am saying, what I'm saying here is, I am telling you how I think about this. I am not here to influence you. I'm not here to influence anybody. If you think I am here, I make this platform. I said I will not write things. If you go to my Facebook page, you will see that I don't post any political things about the Gambia. I only post political matters about Belgium because I live in Belgium. If I want to talk about the Gambia, if I want to talk about anything about the Gambia, I will make a video. I will come here and speak about it. I will not hide behind anything, anybody. I'm not afraid to speak my mind, So what I'm saying is, one thing about about registration, about malpractice, about electoral malpractice, right? They're saying the president, uh, the president is promising local government, our local leadership, like our alcalos and chiefs, and so those are all electoral reforms. They should have made those things difficult. When they have it, that is the essence of the National Assembly. We see here a full constitution fail because of what? Because it doesn't have majority to pass in parliament. This is where I'm talking about. I'm not here talking about in this thing. I'm talking about sense here. You have, what I'm saying is, the UDP is a victim of their own making. All the things that we are crying about, all the malpractice, like boycotting elections, their members, their militants dying, calling for change, what they should have done in the first place, when they have influence, like you, bro, Joru, you are talking about influence, government having influence, is to use that influence and power to make changes, meaningful changes. And they did not do that. You know, I know you are a sympathizer of the UDP. I understand that. It's okay. Me, I'm not a sympathizer of anybody in the Gambia. I don't have any political influence in the Gambia. I don't support anybody. I am not saying Adam Barrow did not rig the elections. I have no evidence of that. I cannot say he did it or not. I am what I'm saying here is no, I will not make any investigation. That is not my duty to do. That is up to Gambian voters. I don't live in the Gambia. I don't vote in the Gambia, and I will not do any investigations. You know, Gambians vote. If they UDP did what they did, if anybody is not happy about the election, you go there and you know, you go and challenge. But what I'm telling you here is UDP is the victim of their own making, bro. Whether you agreed or not, I am speaking here as an outsider because we all Gambians know how corrupt our electoral system was. How Yaya Jame in 22 years, how he used, how he manipulated our leadership, how he used our people. We know that UDP was the main player in that period, but they did nothing when they have the influence. You are talking about him. But yeah, I saw those videos. I saw here videos people saying these are underage. What did you do? What did the UDPs do? Again, here when they could do that, they did not go to challenge that. They did not challenge that. They did not go to the law to go and challenge the electoral process before we go to election. Why will we go to election? Why will you allow to go to election when you think the registration is wrong? Let's make our senses here. We have to use our senses. We have to use our senses, bro. I am not here to like just to play games. I have no political influence. I don't support anybody in the game. I'm just here to tell you the truth. How I think. How will you've been crying? People are underage, like somebody say here, underage we are registered in the elections. Yeah, you are saying they are saying foreigners are we senior militants of UDP. They come here, they are calling out some tribes and other people, go out of our election process. We seen that here. Everybody, even we who are in outside, we seen that. You understand? Why did you allow to go to elections? Why did you allow the election to take place when you know all those things are not in order? No problem. I am not here to influence people. I am here to speak my mind. If you think my opinion is misleading to others, it's okay. This is human nature. Human people. Everybody have the right to their own this thing. How to call it? Opinion. You have to accept what I'm saying here. Or you also speak your mind. And I'm open for you to come join me here. I send me a text. I will send you this link to this live. You come here and tell me why my opinion is misleading. I know for a fact. I follow you on Facebook. I know you sympathize with the UDP. You are against the government. I know that. Me, I'm not against the government. I'm not against UDP. What I'm saying here is that this is all for UDP is a victim of their own calling. Their petition, to me, have no. It's just something that they should have done long before. Like what they are saying about may have like points like saying they might have those points, bro. But what I'm saying here is Komoni Nudekong is very simple. You have the power, you have the influence to make changes. You don't do those changes when it comes to you. Okay, no problem. It's your opinion. This. Thank you very much. You come when the other one. We cannot agree on each other. Agree all the time. But I'm here to say what I think about the petition. You agree with me. You don't agree with me. I am okay with it. But what I'm saying here is what I think it is. Secondly, I'm telling you about the registration. You know, the registration, they are talking about the registration and all those things, foreigners voting in the elections. Why would you go to elections when you already see malpractice? And you have court, you have laws, you have your constitution give you power to challenge a process, a registration process. You don't do it. You did not do it. Why will you go to elections? Why? We seen here people making. We seen people here when they were calling about me. I came out here. I make my. I make. It's okay. If you know somebody, just tell me who know. You don't, but I don't want to talk to party militants. This is my problem. Today, Gambia now, if I want to talk, bro, Joru, if I want to talk to you, you are a sympathizer of the UDP. You tell me your opinion as a UDP sympathizer. If I call brother, how to call it? If I call somebody, some brothers who I know, like Asan Jaite, Asan Jaite I do this conversation with Asan Jaite, you know. But since the election start, I avoid to come with Asan I avoid to bring parties militants here because I don't want to be like to be seen like I have a sympathizing anybody in the Gambia. You know, I don't want to do that. But I that makes it free, make me free to come and sit down here as an outsider, as somebody doesn't sympathize with any, who doesn't support any political party there. Even though I have a party in the Gambia that have have the same objectives and same mentality, like I support politics, but I don't advocate for those people. I don't sit down here and advocate, tell people you have to vote for the PDOIS. PDOIS the best party in the Gambia. I don't even write that on my Facebook because I said I don't live in the Gambia. I am not going to try to influence people who to vote for. But it is my right to come and sit here when I see things are not going right, to speak about them. Like this petition. I feel like the petition is overdue. This should. No, how can if I have to talk about Basse, I have to talk about politics. You are not, Yoru, you see, you are dictating me. This is what I'm you have to accept that I have. How can you tell me to speak only about Basse? No, I talk about the Gambia. And now, okay, let me talk about Basse. Okay, now let's say Basse have a majority of Basserians voted for the NPP. They won. So do you think I will say all I will sit down here and tell all Basarians you will go back to the election soon? No, that is not my business. You cannot dictate how I think or how I'm here to tell you my points about the UDP petition. I think it is nonsense. You accept it or not? I think it's UDP they are crying a foul that it's their own making. Whether they win the election, win the petition or not, it's not my problem. But I think they have the influence like before when the transition, they did not do it. They do not do it. All these fouls they are crying, majority. I don't know about the people, the foreigners voting. I don't know about that, whether foreigners vote. But they had the chance to control that and to stop that. They did not do it. And they went to elections. Now, even when why are you bringing evidence that should have been in the, why should you bring now evidence that you are crying for having for like long time ago? No sense, sir. No any sense. Because why? Okay, is it that because they thought UDP can be no, this is also the development of Basse because Basse now before to media they should know how to follow politics. I sit down here several times and said you don't have to follow political party Mumbai. I speak here, I speak about it, but I'm not here to tell Basserians who to support. I am here to speak about my mind. I don't tell people, but anybody in Basse how to support. That's not my opinion. I don't live in Basse. I don't live in the Gambia, but I know for fact we have to hold people accountable, both in parliament, both in government and outside government. I think these things, their petition is what majority of things that they are crying for there. They should have solved it long time ago. They did not do it. It's because I call out the UDP here. That's why Bro Jero and others. I don't agree. People don't have to agree with me. But this, I will pass. I will pass there. I will pass from the petition, from the registration, because there are many things in there what they are crying here. They are crying. They said the man Fabakari, he said he misled Gambians, telling Gambians that if you vote for UDP, they will send all of you outside the Gambia. No, that is not wrong. What Fabakari said is true, because people who advocate for the UDP said that. We have audios, we have record of it. I am not in the Gambia, but I hear about it. I hear it and I see it. I see people make live streams. People who advocate for the UDP, they came here and say it on national platform, social media platforms. You know, in national in social media, they came here. They said they call out. They full. Ndenga moje ayako full. Ni alman fan albe muluntangolti. Ni alman fan bondi molna election olto. I fen ninje al tele ake alfanye. That is threatening. That is threatening. You call out a full tribe. You tell them that if you don't leave, if you don't pull yourself out of Fabakari was just making an expression like I am saying, because people who advocate for the national UDP came out and said that. You know what is interesting even? When this audio was going around here some days ago, when this brother came out and said people should go out and burn down the Gambia, I made an opinion on my Facebook page talking about me. I always call those people who advocate for the UDP like the extremes, because in Belgium here I call the Nazis this how to call it, these racist parties. I call them racist. I call them out here. So if you are a tribalist in the Gambia, I will call you a tribalist, whether you are from the MPP, UDP, PDIS, GMC, or any other party, or if you make extreme if you advocate extremism, I call you out on that name. And also from anywhere people started, yeah, you should not say that the UDP, that they make it as a tribalism. I did not say Mandinkas, I did not say Fulas. I call the UDP because I know the UDP is not only Mandinka party, but people will when you say something about the UDP, if you are not from the Mandinka party or something, they already make you hate the UDP. Somebody even said to me, you hate the UDP because they are Mandinkas. Me, I'm a Mandinka. I am a Mandinka because my family members are Mandinkas. I have family members from the Mandinka tribe. My best friends in Europe here, the people who I go out with, since I left Gambia, my closest people people who are close to me are from the Mandinka tribe. They don't speak Pular. They don't speak even Wolof, most of them. I speak Mandinka to them. I can say even my Mandinka get better when I come to Europe, because of my friends that I am with. Even though I am born in Basay Santasu, we speak fluent most of the languages. We speak Wolof, Mandinka, Pular, and other languages. But my best friends, my close people in Europe here, since I left Gambia, are from the Mandinka tribe. My sister, my blood sister, is married to a Mandinka man. I have my family members married to the Mandinka tribe. Me, I'm a Mandinka. So I don't see UDP as a Mandinka. But when I say when I say the extreme wing of the UDP, I am calling out people who go out and advocate under the UDP, spreading hate, and all. That's why I call them. I don't say UDP is a Mandinka. I wanted to make a video by then about that, but I did not come out and say it because I left it how it is. Some brothers even could challenge me to this. They said I should not say that. I will say that. Anybody who advocate extremism is an extremist. You either a racist, a tribalist, or a religious extremist, or a sexist, or all those things, or fascist. I call people fascism. I call racist Europeans here. I call them racist. I call them fascists. If you are a tribalist in the Gambia, wherever you are, whether you are from the Fulani tribe, or we come here when some Fula people come out and make statement like Honorable Ahmad Ba say here, come here and make some sentiment about the Fulas, and I come out here and challenge it. No, I will not stop tribal sentiments. That is part of the Gambia because people make it. If you speak, people already make you think you. That is the new politics in the Gambia. Whether you like it or not, we have to talk about it. People call me tribalist for attacking an extreme wing of the UDP. Why? And in a few days later, the leader of the UDP came out and distanced himself. He called that extremists. He called that bad ideas. The same thing that I say about that. When these people came here also who were attacking Mariama Jallo, I call them extreme wing of the UDP. Because they are from the UDP. I don't say extreme wing of the Fula tribe. I don't say extreme wing of the Mandinka tribe. I say the UDP because those people advocate for the UDP, the United Democratic Party. So I don't care from which tribe they are. I'm talking about those people, that individual. So me, I'm not a tribalist. I'm not a racist. Me, I was born in Basse. I grew up among all cultures. And my rest of all my life I've been with people from all cultures. But let me come to this petition. I'm going to talk about the petition. Joru, I know you. You see, me and you, we are born in Basse. You know how our society is. How can somebody a tribalic in Basse? It's a real Basserian, like somebody who's born in Basse. You know me, I know you. I know you cannot be tribalic. I know your family. I know you. You know me. You know my family. But if I come out here and I speak my mind about something extreme going on under a political party, the people cannot just say because of that party's leader is a Mandinka or is a Fula or is that's why I challenge them. No, let's move that. I am here to talk about the petition. I don't want to waste my time on that. Secondly, they said, about that Fabakari Tambang, Tamba, make that statement. The UDP membership, many of the UDC people, they did that. Fabakari is able to say that because of the act of some people from the UDP wing party. It's not only Fabakari who said that. Many people said that thing, those things. I have my friends even who came here, they made those things here. I remember before even the election, long time ago, Asan Jaite, I talked to Asan Jaite here. He made that statement. He said, the UDP making, when we are talking about those registers, he said those things. So other things, the other thing they are crying for is, like in Nugolne, president on, they give order. Bro, even European people is fun, money, fun politics here. If that's why this party of the PV they are here. They are going against. They're trying that the money that the state give to these big political parties to reduce it into half, so that these parties will not have all this money in their hands while people are suffering, and they will use it and will not make good use of it, while those funds can go into good things. This like UDP is a big party. They have lot more. They can have a lot of money returns from, they can get a lot of money. NPP the same, you know. Those people can make a lot of fundraisings. They can have a lot of funds, but they put those all those money into elections. You see in America, you see in Europe, here, many political big. If you see these political parties, they are big. They can go and make big campaigns, and so because they have the funding. So to blame you for UDP to come and blame the NPP or the president about that, they are mistaken. The president is incumbent. People have been telling them this. We have to be careful about the incumbency. Incumbency is you know incumbency is very powerful, bro. Everywhere in this world, you know. But and then these people, they can generate funds. They are saying the MPP give money to other people to vote for them. We've seen here videos and images of UDP party giving out also support to others. I'm not saying they should not do, but what I'm saying is their petition only thing that can, if there are malpractice in the electoral process, like they go against the IEC, I would have just say, okay, I came here, I said I don't trust the IEC, but they are challenging the president. The president did, if he even do whatever the president did, they did that too. And they could have stopped the president from doing that by bringing in two good laws when they have the opportunity. But they did not do that. They are wasting Gambian people's time. Now the MPP won them, and they think, they have to accept and move on. I am not saying that. It will be very interesting to see the Supreme Judge. I don't know who the Supreme Court, overturn these elections on basic of the claims that the UDP did, because UDP, what they should have just done is to go in front of the mirror. They should just go in front of the mirror before they bring this petition, and all these things that they are claiming, and look into look. They will see themselves. They will see themselves. Me, I see the UDP and the MPP. They are the same. Tell people, I say it's 6 and 9. They are all the same. It's the same house even. It's just like, if you know politics, if you know about South Africa, you have the ANC and you have the EAFF. The EFF, those people are, they call themselves the Economic Freedom Fighters of South Africa. They are people who just rebel against the ANC of by many people maybe know ANC, because they see the way the ANC is going. They are so lenient, and they are like there are much of corruption there, and also they just Julius Malemo and his friends. He was from the youth wing, leading the youth movement of the ANC. He go and form his own party, you know but they are the same people. The UDP and the MPP is the same house. You know, Gambians are just suffering because of their own disagreements. It's the same people. It's the same. They are the same. It's just that ANC is now how to call it. MPP is trying to do better, to look better than them. Saying that okay, this is why we left them. But there's nothing different there. Gambians will not benefit from this leadership like that. I don't like in politically. I'm not saying I don't know anybody's lifestyle. But bro, if we people neglect here also until the NPP have majority, because the next elections coming, the next national. You said they still this thing, the presidential election. When we go to the national parliament, I wonder if I don't know if they UDP continue like this, we will see. You will all see that. But it's interesting, to see how democracy is working in the Gambia. If anybody tell you there is no democracy in the Gambia, if there anybody tell you there is no democracy in the Gambia, tell him to go and sleep. There is democracy in the Gambia since 2016, bro. And the current government, the executive, they respect that, and that is so welcoming, whether you like it or not. There is democracy in the Gambia. Whether the elections was free and fair, me as an individual, I don't know all those petty things that they are claiming. I don't see them. But my biggest fear was that there will be a lot of violence in the elections, and there will be a lot of like, because my fear was this tribal sentiments that was growing, and this that's what I was fearing. And I also see that after when lawyer Hussein Udabo, it's just, and his and Mama Kande and Isa Fall, they came out before the election was even finished, the announcement of the results. They dismissed the elections. You see how angry people were. So what I'm saying is, I'm komi anything ko wadi UDP ko be foti wadude tun ko ni be foti no wadde be ko be woni wullitade do kon you know ko be foti no wadde ko be yabe daro yeso be no tintorgal ngal be ndara hore mabbe be yey hore mabbe life ko be woni wullitade do kon fo ko piji ko annantane be wawno dum dandude bo wana ko be woni innude kon himbe ombe hobbe no wada register ko kambe be wullitoto no dum do di election on arde sa ko registration kon wadi be wadani stop dum gilanema on time kon wadi be jabi yagol election tawi be andi wonde mane janano be no wada mani vote on wadi be memminani dum o dum innugol on time to tell the IEC on time be wada claim ni IEC on ne on dem okay ai honno be na president Adam Barrow no jonna himbe mbudi mo wada they could stop those things before election on kono ko before no dum wadde dim for no sansude dum foko on time fondo be kambe Adam Barrow president Adam Barrow be onno gotum fondo be jogi majority ko parliament ko dum woni nafa jogogol majority ko parliament sai lambe be party won do lamade no wada fere pour be heba mo members of parliament ko fi haray ko annata luwaje programme ji mabbe ko be fala wadude kon changement ji madum ko be fala wadde kon fo yawtira e jam afami bebe tunkara jarama so ayi ko dum wadi ha be wada try be heba majority in parliament UDP kambe NPP fendo ya be jogino time transition kon tabe fonno addande Gambian be binnu fo kambe o now NPP because president Adamo Barrow ko mabbe wonno kono bro be wadani e fus transition himbe ben ko tampido kon ko wullita do himbe ma yiye mudum on time do e transition non sa pour e bugol changer do UCP be wadani e fus because solo send them ming if I was to honor solo send them by them on time me do brother medem brother kombe wadi do darni do galle o daninde galle solo send them wana ko crowdfunding be darni do galle solo send them even though the UDP party be wada mobilize fundraising millions president Adamo Barrow motawano e mabbe kono be wadi do force ko be money wana ko kan baddi otoje be jonni national assembly members ben kombe wonno wullitade do ko innugol ne be bana be pour be heba be detta loans pour be wawa darnude galleji mabbe ko members of the UDP parliamentarians in parliament like this how to call it, this nominated member of parliament there on join nete mo Yakumba onete mi anda honno o mo mo president Adamo Barrow no dismiss o ye court on wadi mo reinstate ko Yakumba onete I don't know her name mi anda inde makko afami so things like that afami but they did not do nothing. They do nothing, and now they are making big noises that about electoral reforms, bro. They should, whether you like it or not, we have to tell the people the fact. You cannot wait up to the last minute. You cry foul for what you could have changed in the beginning. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. If President Adamo Barrow, if this election was reached, if there were a lot of malpractices, this is the fault of the UDP. For me, on my own side, I blame them. I blame the UDP for the failure of the transition. I blame them that as an outsider. somebody who is not a party member of militant of any Gambian political party. But the changes that I was yearning for, that I was expecting for during the transition, UTP deprived me of that. And I am not the only one. Many people who were advocating for change in the Gambia, they will tell you this. They will tell you this. But I will be very, very surprised, you know, for like to say register. This the judge can tell them why now. If I was the judge, I will tell them this. Why would you come now to cry about uh, like people are not registered, like foreigners registered in, participated in the voting when you have the, how to call it, the electoral reform, I don't know, council, where people can go and challenge the registration process. Why you do not do that by then? Okay, so in one the one IEC on actually, what like the other one they were crying is like the IEC allow voting to continue till in the late hours. I think that is flexibility. Like maybe there is a law that said if you find yourself in the queue, before the closing period, they will allow you to vote. But if you come before 5 o'clock, maybe, I don't know if you know these things, maybe. I hear people saying that. But it will not make sense like how slow things can be, and technically, people who stand in a queue for more than 3, 4 hours, you know, and you stop those people, you tell them because it's 5 o'clock, they cannot vote. While those people stand in the lines for more than 1 hour. You know, we seen like, in other states in America and other things, we hear like, the governors or all those things, the judges, they extend the hours of the voting so that people can be able to vote. We hear those things. There is possibility that, that those are procedures that are also those are regulations that allow the IEC to make those things, to allow people who already find themselves in the line, queuing to vote, to have the opportunity to vote, because they found themselves there already before the closing time. Because if it's not like in the advanced world where you just come and scan your ID card and then people you will see it's easy. Like in Belgium here, if I go to vote, I just give them my ID card because I already have my. They will send my voters. The state, in Belgium here, it's a compulsory to vote. You have to vote by force if you are of age, because they will send you a ballot, a voting ballot, a ballot card like your voting card. They send it to you in a mail. You have it. If you don't go to vote, you are even. It's possible even if you don't have a genuine reason not to go to vote. They will take you to court and they will fine you to pay for money. So for me, I already have my voting uh, voucher, and I already know where I have to go to vote. I will just go and give that voting paper and the ID card, my ID card. They put it, and then they know already. They already give me the card, the paper to go on to choose who I vote. So the Gambia advance is not advanced that to that stage. Gambia even is easier than other countries where they have to do this ballot paper where you have to write. That can take more time. But like if like it controlling files and all those things, it may take time. So it is only it will be only fair to people who find themselves after 2 hours on a queue to be able to vote. So for UDP to say these people allow IEC allow people to vote even after the time, maybe the IOC can say that also don't hold grounds. That also don't hold grounds. Maybe they can. I don't know, but I don't think if I was a judge, I will accept that, because I will not. I will for flexibility. I will also say, listen, if somebody stand on the line for more than 2 hours, my brother, you have right to be allowed to exercise your right, your constitutional right to vote. But if you come to the polling station late, then you cannot. You understand? Okay. What else did they? What else did they cry foul for? They said to me, militants of the NPP were hired in the IEC, and they were, hey, people did not come out here and talk about Sambojang. I don't know Sambojang Sise. I don't know somebody who is a high-ranking member of the IEC. Did they not say those people were part of the? He is part of the UDP. Why did UDP did not come out by then and call out those people? The people that they say now, the names that they give, that those people are sympathizers of the NPP. You know, why the UDP did not challenge those people to be removed? You know, we seen here when people were making those claims, people are campaigning for that. We seen some people of some higher people who speak in higher voice in the UDP. They come out this they make their solidarity with the IEC. When people were doubting the IEC, when Dr. Ismail Assise came out here and called out the IEC and said the IEC is not they are not fair because they make him, they don't want him to vote. There is somebody in the IEC who's running the IEC individually. He come here, my brother, my Fati, and all those people. They came here. They make allegations against the IEC. We seen here even this 5 years Jotna, our brother from Basse, our brother Ibrahim Asori. They apply here. They apply a permit to how to call it, to demonstrate against the IEC, but they were turned down. So why should you wait until the election when the results are not in your favor to challenge these things? You should challenge these things before even we go to elections, before we go to cast our votes, bro. When people were crying foul, like people like Dr. Cisse went to court to fight his right. My party and those people, they went to court to fight. You know, but you wait until the results are not in your favor and you want to challenge, you bring out evidence. It makes no sense, bro. You know, you have to know how to play your cards. You know, the other thing there, what else did they there's something else I wanted to talk about. I think I have to stop. But in essence, UDP, before they know what do they think so they should just go in front of a mirror and look at themselves. For the benefit of the UDP supporters, people like if you are a UDP supporter, here is what I am going to advise you. Whether the UDP now whether the election is overturned or not, because even when the election is overturned, the MPP will win the UDP in the elections. You know, all many analysts, people who make the electoral analyze the elections, many Gambians, you know, they say why the MPP won UDP, and those reasons they gave are all genuine reasons, and I also think that will be a genuine reason for Gambians. For like this brother Jero Kulubari is saying there are electoral malpractices in Basse. Let me tell you, in URR, if I was to speak about elections in the Gambia, sit down and what I advocate election in the Gambia, billahi wal kitab, I will advocate, I will tell I will tell every Basserians, if you vote for UDP, not UDP, if you vote for lawyer Usainu Dabo, you are making a big mistake. I would say that. I never did that. I never come out here and say that. Even though lawyer Usainu Dabo Yaltido, he's only ako basenkor. Ako mbal nyal yelela tilo malo nyari tilo kono. O dita gite only basenabe. Udita gite mo don e leynange ko dum o wibe. Dum non ko proverb no. Afami, me I am from Basse. If I hear that statement, I will already get angry about him. I will never vote for lawyer Usainu Dabo. And I will not advocate for anybody to vote for him for only that statement he made. And not only that. Lawyer Usainu Dabo said, he stand here, he said, I'm not against the UDP as a party. Lawyer Dabo as a candidate, he said, the development development projects that are going to Basse and URR are not priority. He said it here. If I was to speak, if I was to advocate for URR and Basse, I will tell them never vote for this man because Basse is not in your it's not a priority. And I am a Basserian. I will never vote for Ousainou Darboe because of only that statement he made. Those those two statements, and he came out here. Let me say this: if you for URR to vote against UDP is the fault of lawyer Ousainou Darboe. He bring that because he went out against how to call it, the Sarangules. He called out a tribe, a full tribe, and he blasted them, bro. That is a big blunder. Ousainou Darboe, if I was a member of the UDP, I'll tell him to go. They should remove him. They bring their young people like, the Talibs and others, But that's a blunder. Ousainou Darboe went to a rally in somewhere. I'm not disrespecting the man. I don't know him. I don't know his life. I'm just telling you, for him to stand this as a candidate. He went to a rally. Ako ni moyentinya ako attending war, Simon Molbaje atefanang aba tinyalale. A leader cannot make those kind of statements, especially somebody who want to lead. I can see. MC Sen, oh no. Commando, I know, I don't have to worry. My rimananure. What I know. When I go morning no halde and the MC it's very funny. And the mini wano UDP ko be foti wadude be foto no yaade be darta hore mabbe daro yeso tintor gangal rek jiwa ngon nani jama la ila boy long time MC and no mo ini night on. It's long time I don't see this guy. Yeah, where is the jama boy? Jama on no. Common. Hey. Hey, Umisen on no. Mi ada borne uniform mara mi ne Gambia no e jam like Umisen woni wadde ron Gambia. Be wulata no min ko Europe woni. Min ko Belgium woni. Ko nu weli. Boy MC, thank you for calling, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
No ko Fonsa mane andi UDP ko dum woni halde do andi kambe hala gonga tum be namane ko waddo tribalism adum ko waddo hate lawyer Darboe no ko dum andi ko dum minni ko dum woni halde do andi do ko petition mabbe moni wadde do analyze pulare English himbe ben anda ko woni yaade ko dum ko dum woni wadde himbe ben anda exactly ko dum be woni wullitade andi ko be woni wullitade ko andi himbe ben ko ma anda ko dum be woni wullitade andi ko sino wullito hunde ndaro ko woni wullitade ko siko gonga hay goddo no wullito ida way wullitade hunde sa hare wadani genuine because hare wona gonga hay siko gonga jogida hare wadi a perdi gonga ma wono UDP joni ko be woni wullitade do no way wonde ko gonga ko be woni wullitade do ko fo hebike andi kono because of time mo be wulliti on woni wada correct wada correct time mo be wulliti on wadani correct because time mo be fonno be jogino fere wadugol wunde fimu be wadani fussum be akiatar ko be nata ko andi ben ko tardi joni you know, because ko be yi wonde man election no result in alayar innugol wonde makadi in wodi kadi ko be why was the results are coming are delayed, bro. In 2016 IEC on me I read us before election I made here claims about fearing the IEC on what I mistake. See what you mistake go to what I cost Gambia into a big trouble because what the army hall no do sir because of mistake mo what if brother my party GMC brother honno be nata dum citizen alliance on ko do what the army we do because citizen alliance my party be ko court be what the challenge decision IEC on I be what the win so ko do what mi hall no do so IEC pour be what a delay adugo resource ding is correct because be buri sa be yawani ni be arab be adda do ko be hebu no 2016 kon be hala results mo andantane be arta be rutto bawo be arab be hala results goddo so on wullitagol mabbe nugol result din was coming late. That is bias, that is even not correct because sandari sa after himbe ben ko wadi understand ko because of himbe mabbe ben be jabani sinyude results you sakiti di arde one of the results you di Brikama and so other regions in ka one because result di himbe mabbe hewbe wonbe ko IEC be jabani wadde di authenticate because sandari in the late in results sakiti di arde himbe wonbe ko polling station in what I sign kono himbe wonube ko IEC andi siki IC on ko ni be wadata himbe andi Gambia ko sport counting be wadata ko si kayna ma wade vote himbe be wadata on count kambe fo after mo be anda ko jelo jogi ko dum wadi himbe hewbe winna on andi ko people should already have known before IEC on hala sa combo wini hara himbe be hay America hay Europe do electoral body on halu de combo wini hara himbe be andi ko hara one media houses jiding radio station in TV station in himbe before and the combo wini because otherwise it is so transparent so pour himbe ben wano Gambia election is so transparent because sport counting te pare every party kala no jogi representative donc so what am account si be wadi count wano numuyal what kon don what I send basse santa su halna be inna menen numuyal ko dum do men hebi so andi so kyam be fo do be gaynude dum anin sa do be gaynude wadde kan do be IEC on andude hebude din wadude gada all those results haray UDP MPP everybody haray mo be no andi ko kanyum wini ma dum be wini everybody would know that. So in Nugol why was those results late coming? No, it's not about the late coming results. It is about the results that you have. Whether those results that you have or those people are correct. So in Nugol I see was delaying the results to say the results. One, it is because of their people we are not signing them, and two, they should already have known those results because their polling agents already told them what is going on. So I don't know from there. Maybe only gonga ko be hebata don, yeah, that's it. Only when the electoral house announced them, then it will be legal. But they already know those results. MC, thank you very much for making those clarity. Kono, I want America, sir. America do gasude sa wano Europe do anana TV se wano CNN and BBC and for the projected winner will be like Karijo. Ko Karijo wonata projected winner, you know. So all these things these are genuine things ko anantane himbe be no andi dum ha pari si an wono joni result let's say be adda results base santasu wono what be represent MPP embassy be what assign be nelda Banjul results ding an MPP representative from Banjul on ina kanyum ta sign because I after the results everything boy what do they represent PDOIS on Fatu Network what no more interview when the kanko yani any malpractices and ko do and the PDOIS be what not in the PDOIS nonsense you know when when you any malpractices there ko te prepare kanko result yo yi ariton info what si nyama so si tay di result ji ariton fo si nyama si tay ko horeje jane den jodi be banjul ben tu woni ala wadani agree on those things way haray be adana ko hore mabbe be adanta problem because I see on si tay no jogi county pooling agency din si wadi sign those papers coming from the pooling stations. Those are genuine reasons. Those are even the real results. Even if those results were tampered, you know, even if those results were tampered, they are genuine because somebody signed them. So onko nunko be ono ulitare min ko be ono ulitare don't go no mi yani don anything wrong there if only if the results are not correct like okay say sitai wonde man say be won be ben won be ton be jabani wadde sign sitai ko be wadi announce kon e ko iwi ko chawe de wada announce wada correct then it's correct kono indugol ne the counting was delayed and so on no to announce the results were delayed for me I found that very good because that that being the case that otherwise it is correct to announce what is correct that the IEC will not make the what a second mistake one of the third mistakes I mean third mistake we call because first mistake on was 2016 the second mistake during the nomination one what do goal deny my party or any Dr. Cisse what one goal candidate on mistake on mistake third mistake on one I know sit down be add anything one or any tally from so we can wait for the courts. Kono min innugol ne la president Adama Barrow wadi bribe himbe ben kambe kadi be wadi dum men yido otoje photoje himbe ya be jonna himbe mbudi be wada organize football matches be jonna himbe jerseys be jonna himbe hureje kale PG we see that so those are part of politics in all over the world people people use to try to convince communities based on what they need what they think those people need so go and anana ben Nigerian ben something for something so UDP man for me if I was the judge I will just throw that case out of the courts because it holds no merit because for me I don't see any reason for like to say like the for the registration voters like in Lugolne, how to call it, foreigners voted in the elections. Why do you have to bring that to me when you have the electoral court? Why you did not go there? Why was not that the case before we go for elections? Why that was not a big talking point in the Gambia? Where were you not coming to the Supreme Court for the Supreme Court to do something about that? Let's say that the the electoral council, review council on what any they did not take any step against that. Why then they did not bring that case to the Supreme Court? By then, why did they allow Gambians to go to vote with all these malpractices that they are calling out now? Only to wait until the results are not in their favor. So for me, whether the petition, the elections are the overturn election on ma overturn mama sali jarama the overturn election on ka overturn it doesn't make merits for me. I think UDP as a party they fail themselves, they fail their supporters. Kobe hoti wadde kobe redo all those their leadership, the bring new leadership umoro woni nafa mabbe woni nafa yimbe be nafa Gambia fo sorry, that's great bro, it's good to know it I fine it already fine so kudum bro masalim sikianko joni arda I was kumodaino analyst petition IEC on mo be wadi petition on in bari petition election ko buri wadde foni e mum kambe ko president non be wadi honno be natan ko kanko be wadi main correspondent wona IEC because ko mbo jogi election wona IEC min sim wada petition about election ko IEC mi wonata hoft ko wonata hore nden Go one at one candidates, one Adam Barrow. Adam Barrow is an incumbent. And they already he have a lot of money. His political party also will have a lot of influence. They have a lot of money. So their campaign will be different from others. And already he is the sitting president. You know, anywhere he go, like if you come to a village, those people will feel obligated, like the leaderships there, they will feel obligated to come and attend. Like most of these local leaders, like local councils, like alcalos and chief, those people are not educated. Those are traditional leaders. You know, those are part of the protocols of our communities. Like when lam besi ari and him besi ari esare lam jargon yahay alcalio yahay almamio yahay all those things. So people are, politicians have been, using these local leaders for a long time. Not now, everywhere, for a long time. So UDP would have, even they have the time on time, found about jogi majority ko parliament. Sibe fala no ka hide this year. But what I not doing change on time, you know? But what I not doing change on time. That is traditional. That is pro African tradition. Where simbe ari si taiko kala ardo ender sare. Lamungu lambe bembe aray. Alkali on aray jalga on aray, en se fo be ben fo be aray. Sakanto malon sit inama ko president on aray. And the Africa, our local leadership, and they are not educated into a sense to know what are the laws, what the laws say, and konulua on we ka konulua on we and konun kampe 40 what they legally. Most of these rulers, they don't know those. Our alcalos, our chiefs, most of these people, they don't know these things. And that EPG, those people they are victims. They don't know this. The politicians are using them. So, like, civic education, like, jangina ben wada law, to put laws, good law, electoral laws, la andina ben konon luwa map ya fota awulude, because ang site ko ang woni jarga on, hay si ay ani support president on, anka jarga, ko himbe ma ben jonni ma, jonni ma jarga yaga, wana president on jonni ma jarga yaga. Andi ang se andi, most of people, they feel like comply to go with the leadership, because ara be sikay on the money, many yido time Yaya Jammeh wano base, base wano Yaya Jammeh, how he bring all this division about this safe and alkalosip, in base, it make families, hate each other, because giving this alkalosip and this safe, what you want it on problem. And Yaya Jammeh was doing these things, and UDP was the main opposition party. UDP was the main opposition party. They know these things. So come back kobe foto no what they kobe ari kobe hebi majority or like president on hari ko mabbe woni be jogi before no change the luwaji fo be wada protect all those local leaders. Local rulers be wada be protect. Bono be wada ani dum. They did not make any electoral reforms. They make nothing. They were just enjoying the go ahead. They are trying to build popularity. They're trying to build their party militancy so that they will have more majority and power. They don't think about electoral reforms. And now they are crying foul. It's not fair to the ordinary Gambian, because, bro, UDP is having a lot of fine like lawyers, big lawyers, people who are lecturers even, like Soja Distal at the university on the Gambia, and all these people, lawyer Hussein Udaboheng, those people are very, very respected lawyers. You have many people, people who are educated in the UDPs. They should know these things. They should have, foresee these things and, try to bring betterment for the people. And now they are victim, and we all have to suffer for it. All Gambians have to suffer. Let's say the Gambia now, the national, the High Court, the overturn or elections. You people have to go to vote in the next months to come. Where will you get those fundings? It will be just like the Constitution. It failed. Hundreds millions are put in that Constitution, and it failed. What do you understand? So it is so unfortunate that they become victims of their own making. So me and me, when I stop joining, I will try and come more, because I am on holidays. If I see something I want to talk about, I will come and talk about it. I will not write about it. I will only post things about Belgian politics and some things. But whatever I want to talk about Gambia, I come and talk about it. This was my opinion about their silly petition. I don't understand it. I don't see any reason for it. Because for me, I think all they are crying for, they should have done it long time ago. Ko ɓe fotuno wadde ɓe waɗani ɓe woni wullitade ɗo joni ɗum yani hoore maɓɓe. Yani andi no wayni andi a jonni masonjo a ennimo darnanan suudu andum a faami o ɗetta suudu ndun o jonnamo mbuuɗi maɗa o darna suudu ndun o waɗa ndu fo poto poto o darnani ko waɗi correct ñande go noon o ara o luwa e ley maɗa o luwa ndun suudu hoɗa ɗon ndun suudu yana e hoore makko ko ɗum woni UDP e o luwa o Gambia fen ɗo yo election ko ɗum woni ko ɗum. That is the same example. You know, Gambian ɓe waɗi ɓe vote on time jonni ɓe doole inni ɓe joni min faala addon changement. You know, on ɓooyi tampude ɗo woni ɗon kirib karab on walli en himɓe men yi gonga, so ɓe waɗa vote Adama Barrow woni president. You know, ɓe heɓi lawyer Ousainou Darboe vice president. They jogi all these ministers from the UDP. You know, majority of National Assembly members, they are all from the UDP. But ani efus ko tettugol place ji no jonna himɓe maɓɓe waɗa ambassadors ji, you know, waɗa himɓe minister ji, waɗa ɓe permanent secretaries ji, director general ji, ɓe sendi ɗi ɓe yejjite DP ji, ɓe yejjiti himɓe ɓe. You know, hay addugol nafaji hewɗi addaɗi, you know, ko hoore maɓɓe kamɓe rek. You know, hay himɓe ma hay law, you know, ay ɓen National Assembly members ɓe suusi sa yaagol innugol waɗugol luwaji annandani wawi ɓe wallude ɓe ɗetta ɓe ñamandeji ɓe darnana hoore maɓɓe. Hara himɓe no heewi annanta hospital ji ɗi annantani ɓe ala hay lekki. You know, ko ɗum woni ɗo ɓe darni huɓere ɓe darnirine ɗo poto. You know, hare ɓe wawano ɗum darnirde ɓe waɗa béton. Hande noon kamɓe hoɗi e ndun suudu. You know, ndun suudu yani e maɓɓe noon joni ko ɗum ɓe jooɗi ɗo ɓe wullito. So nafa ala hay si ɓe heɓi gonga maɓɓe on ko fenande. You know, gonga siko gonga ɓe jogi sa ko fenande ɓe woni, because ko ɓe fotuno wadde kon ɓe waɗani ɗum. Min noon ha ko ɗo woni haɗude Allah hokku en walude e jam. You know, si mi yi kon fala haalde mi artai, I will try. Mi jogi holidays, I have much time now. Before to know what the travel because of the corona rules. So PGO the land favor. So I will just stay. So I will, you know, I will try, and if I have time, I will be coming here and speak to you people. Maybe this was my opinion. I'm not saying somebody should believe what I'm saying. I to believe I am not saying the community is right to you, no, but I know it is right to me. What I'm saying is right. So this is my thoughts. I'm not forcing anybody to believe what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. And if you look, Sandari Moja, Komuni Mahalande Dokong, Aye Gonga. Non Kadinong, Inona Jande Heonde, President Adama Barrow NPP on. Come behind the Sibeadi do win. Sibe do be waɗani luwaji kesi, waɗani luwaji kendeji, inani luwaji ɗin Gambia ɗo. Ɓe waɗani piiji ko darndayɓe wonude natude fitinaji wano ɗi. Ɓe heɓai the same problem. You know? Ɓe heɓai the same problem. So it will be very fine. You know, sahebi andi neɗɗo siɗa jogi dole, you know, dole maɗen ko time mo jogiɗa dole nen non ko ɗon fuɗɗade wadde use. So ana accu ha waɗa late. So waɗi andi yaha ida waɗa ɗum. Ida waɗa claim. Because ko ɓe fotuno wadde claim kon ɗo. Since 2006, bro. You know, hey, you know, for no the number one priority map. I mean, this is where I have problem with the UDP, because the number one priority map for no the electoral reforms. And they be jodi do be wuli to mi jangani haton kono mawdo. Your mind should be so you should be so aware of these things. that you should. And the other safeguard, okay, we have been facing a lot of electoral, malpractices in this Gambia. Johnny Menjogi Dole, Menjogi majority, come for what them and change I for no, what they change. The only thing they change is like uh the age limits, the amount of money, you know, the amount of money you have to pay to to the IEC to be a candidate, some things like that. So it doesn't make sense, bro. It doesn't make sense to me. All this petition doesn't make sense because these are all things that they could have overcome. Ko before to know dandu de ware ego heavy. Gonga no melani, kono, that is how it is. It means if I am a militant or a supporter of the UDP, this is how I will do. I will call for the dismissal of all these people from lawyer Hussein Dabo Hale because lawyer Dabo is a big lawyer. He's an educated man according to the Gambians. The Gambia. Me, I don't know lawyer Dabo. I only know him. I don't know lawyer Dabo as a lawyer. I know lawyer Dabo as a politician. And so I cannot judge him. I cannot judge him as a lawyer because I cannot believe like most of these things happening under the UDP, like it will happen like this. So I will just say this. This is the worst thing that would happens to them. They could have they should have kambe uke a problem more. Before no dandu the ko be wulli to do ko kambe fo no dandu de boy. Kono be wada na efusem. So this was my opinion, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And while I jam, coming Bubakar Kopijo Jalo from Basse Santasu.